Now then, welcome back to another episode of Wolfie Laughing. Hey, on the Ironmine server, playing some more Ark Survival Evolved. Where'd you go? Down. Press up time. Can I do press ups? I can do press ups too. I can do press ups too.
All right.
I can do the front crawl.
There you go. So what do we got going on here? There's a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't here last time.
It's Athletics Day. What?
It's Athletics Day.
We're doing the long jump, the high jump, and all sorts. Well, in my last episode, I created this farm for carrots, and at the moment they are growing a nice big harvest of carrots in every single plot.
A lot of carrots, dude.
Not quite the means to the end, as it were, but it's just getting carrots ready to make kibble for this episode. I actually set it all out so that we could have multiple types of seeds rushing around across here and have a few of the larger plots, which I'm hoping do something like make it quicker or more productive or something, because I haven't seen a difference between the large and medium plots at all yet.
I'm told that there is none. The only reason you'd even want to have a large plot is for the giant Species X plant.
Ah, so it's the larger plant that needs the larger pot, as it were. So I could probably replace these. I haven't seen any difference. They do hold more water, and they can hold a little bit more stuff, but that's about it, really.
Carrots are totally glitching out here.
They're waving all over the place for me as well.
Yeah.
Waving in the wind, baby, waving in the wind. So we're collecting all these carrots.
Yeah,
and
you want to grab some carrots?
I'll start this end, you start that end. And you've been collecting lots and lots of eggs in the egg farm up there from the turtles. So what do turtle eggs and rock carrots make?
Turtle eggs, rock carrots, fiber, water, and prime jerky makes a kibble combination for taming the Brontos that we're going to want.
Okay.
And we're going to want some really high-level Brontos.
Oh, yes. A bit like Crystal, but better tames.
Yeah.
Using the kibble. Okay, so...
Well, the thing with the kibble is that all it does is it just makes the tame faster. And the faster the tame, the less taming percentage or effectiveness you lose. As you lose effectiveness, you'll lose levels. So we want to prevent the loss of levels by using kibble instead, because it tames a lot faster.
Okay.
So that's the whole point of the kibble.
Makes sense. And the effective level of the end dinosaur, once it's tamed, is also relative to the level it was tamed at.
Right.
So the more levels we get at the moment of taming, the more levels we get on the maximum levels it can possibly have in its world lifetime.
Yes. Somebody explained it to me as 59. So if the dino tames out at, say, 160 levels, you add 59 to that.
Okay, so whatever it tames out at, you add 59, and that's its max level.
That's your maximum level.
So the maximum tame is the most desirable thing in the game, and they call it the perfect tame. And in order to do the perfect tame, you need to find a dino around about 120, but 116's close enough, and do a kibble tame.
Crystal was 116, but while we were taming her, Dilo came up and took a bite out of her foot.
Mm-hmm.
And she lost 10 levels in the process.
Yeah. But she's still pretty big and pretty good at doing what we want her to do, which is going to be carry our homes on her back.
Yep.
So it'd be awesome.
So we're going to need to find like a male that's around the same level.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
So that they can be also mate boosted at the same time.
Okay.
So let's get on with this making of kibble. The rest of the green ingredients are up on the
egg farm.
The egg farm.
Mm-hmm. I've changed this up here a little bit as well. Started pulling it apart and replacing blocks, well, walls and stuff. I haven't quite put a roof on it yet, but I was testing out the open air roof that you were suggesting while we were building it. So I gave that a go. So
Yeah, let's go look at it.
it's a bit higher in here. It's a bit bigger.
Oh, nice.
Very bright as well.
Yeah, we don't have anything sticking through the floor like we did before.
Which means that we can get the trikes in and parked up in between dropping stuff off.
And maybe a
we
mammoth.
don't glitch through. Maybe even a mammoth, yes, indeed. And on the upper level, if we go up one...
I liked where you put the windows. Oh, and the railing. This is cool. I like the railings.
So there's, there are 2 ways up. Or 3 ways up, in fact. There's 3 different ways up. Ladders and ramps and that with the railings around. And it's just open air for the birds to land. Including the great big bird that we haven't got yet, but may have one day.
Getting a Quetzal's going to be a pain. They spawn very rarely.
But we will find one, and we will have it, and this should be a landing zone. What I was thinking was putting some pillars up in all 4 corners, up high, maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 or 9 walls high.
Oh, wow.
And then putting a sloping roof on top of that, but leaving it all open to the air all around.
Wow.
That was what I was thinking for this at the time.
Yeah, go for it.
But I ran out of wood completely.
I'd love to see how that turns out.
We shall see. And so you go down to this ladder over this side, and you go straight up onto the first level, which is all railed off, and you can go up the ramp to get up to the top and all that kind of stuff. Or you can just go through the doors to get to the farm.
And I've left Mrs. T up here in neutral because the other day there was a Sarco attacking the turtles, and they all got moved. They were all like in this corner over here, trying to fight off a giant alligator.
I see an egg. Okay, so from the moment the egg goes into my inventory, we rush over, put it into one of these preserving bins. Preserving bins, yeah. And that gives us 11 turtle eggs in there. So talk us through the process.
So hopefully we can make up 11 more kibble today. I've got 20 more kibble over in Cryo's. He's got some bigger bins.
Refrigerators.
The electric powered. Now in this bin here we have the next most important ingredient.
Okay.
Which I need to snag some...
Cooked prime meat or the prime meat jerky?
Well, it's out of spark powder. I need to put some of that in there first. So I've been making jerky over here. And to make the jerky, you have to have cooked prime meat, which is a real pain to make.
Prime meat, doesn't that go off pretty quick? Or do the dinos just eat it first as priority?
No, the reason that it's difficult to handle is because it doesn't stack.
Yeah. See, I went out and I killed some of those sarcos out on the shore with, I was just going out to get meat to feed all the animals. And one of these sarcos, I ate it, got some prime meat, and then before I'd got home, the prime meat had disappeared out the inventory of Locarno.
So has anybody explained to you how the spoilage works in this game?
Meh.
So when you have a stack of items, like this cooked prime meat here, it says that it's got 4 hours, 26 minutes, and 35, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds left. That is when the item at the top of the stack is going to spoil.
Okay.
Then it starts the clock all over again for the next item. So if you had a stack of 30, and the spoil timer was 4 hours for each one, you would multiply 30 times 4, and that's how long the entire stack would take to spoil.
That is completely illogical, isn't it? No wonder I didn't understand it. If I put a pack of 12 sausages in the fridge, they all go off at the same time.
Yep.
No matter how... It's not like one sausage in the packet goes off, and then the other 11 are okay. All 12 go off at the same time.
Right.
That's fact.
Right.
In this game, you can stack things high, and they preserve themselves for longer.
The larger the stack, the longer they last.
Awesome.
So prime meat doesn't stack. It only comes in ones.
Yeah.
Which means you have 5 minutes before all the prime in your inventory goes away.
Yeah.
Not 5 minutes before the first prime and then the second. No, all of it goes away in 5 minutes. So
you cook it to stack it.
You cook it to stack it, and it preserves it for a longer time.
How do you cook prime meat into cooked prime meat?
Well, you can do it in a campfire.
You just cook it like normal meat.
Yes.
Okay.
But the campfire only cooks one piece of meat at a time. So if you were to go out and kill Bronto and pick up 20 pieces of prime meat, putting it on a single campfire is not going to do you any good. You would have to put it into 20 campfires.
Yeah.
But there is a mechanical device that requires electrical power that cooks 13 or 15 pieces of meat at the same time.
That sounds like something for the next base.
Yes.
That sounds awesome.
And luckily, Cryo has one of those in his base. So what I did is I killed some Brontos and some Pacers, and I quickly ran back to his base, threw the meat onto the grill, and turned it into cooked meat.
And so we have a stack that lasts forever, so long as you keep adding to the stack.
Right. So there is another level of preservation. It's called Jerky.
Okay.
And Jerky takes the 4 hours and makes it into, like, 11 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look in
11 days per piece.
Per piece.
And is that 11 days in your inventory as well? So
No, it's only in this bin.
okay.
If I were to put it in my inventory, it'd be a lot less.
Can I just check? Let's see. It's not in the inventory that way. Let's do it there. 1 day. Yeah.
So go ahead and hold on to that meat.
And that's 11.
Well, yeah, go ahead and hold on to that. We're going to take it downstairs with us.
But one of the most annoying things is logging into the server and then realizing that you've got no food on you whatsoever. It's all rotten. Having a stack of jerky, like even if it's just 7 jerky, that at least means that even if I don't log in for 7 days, one of those jerky will remain for a breakfast when I get up in the morning.
Right. And to make jerky, you have to stick it in this kind of a bin with oil.
That's why you've got the oil in here. I was wondering why you're preserving oil that doesn't run out.
It's in order to make the jerky. So this is how you make the jerky.
Okay, so you put the meat, cooked meat with oil?
With oil in a preserving bin with spark powder. And it takes a long time to make the jerky.
Yeah, but you just leave it, then you just put it in there and leave it alone.
So I started making this jerky last weekend when we were recording. What were we recording last weekend?
Stuff and things and building things.
Stuff and things, yeah.
The stuff and things that we mentioned in first episode.
So let's head down to the smithy and we'll get to cooking.
Into the smithy. Okay.
Yeah. Let me grab the eggs. You've got the jerky.
I've got. Let me see. I've got 12 jerky.
And I've got 11 eggs.
That's enough for now, then, yeah?
Yeah, enough to at least cook up a couple of kibble.
Okay, let's do that.
And the kibble does cook up pretty fast.
And what do you cook the kibble in? A cooking
pot.
Okay, awesome.
Which is why I'm heading to the smithy. It's where we've got our cooking pots.
There's a few other nice recipes in there that I want to test. Do those recipes that we've got in the bookshelves, do they have longer decomposing time? Like, so if I make, I don't know, a Callian soup, is it going to have like 4 days or 14 days or something before it runs out or anything like that?
I don't know. I've never actually made that recipe.
I will have to test those out later this week. I'm going to do some recipe testing later this week, I think. I'll do cooking with Nemsun. Today it's cooking with Wolfie. In a couple of days it will be taming Brontos with the perfect tame kibble. And
perfect kibble tames.
Perfect kibble tames. And then you've got cooking with Nemsun to look forward to.
Alright, so this pot that I'm standing in front of here, go ahead and throw the jerky in there.
I got some carrots as well, so I'll throw them in there.
Nice.
If I put the carrots in on top of that stack, then that'll last longer, won't it?
And I had some carrots on me too. Okay, so what the full ingredients for this kibble is: start with an egg. Add some carrots.
Beat the egg. Add carrots.
Add some prime meat with some fiber, and cook that all up in the water.
Prime meat jerky or prime meat?
Prime meat jerky. Has to be jerky.
Okay.
For this particular recipe, it has to be jerky. There are several kibble recipes that take different ingredients. But for Brontos, this is the one we want. And I
So
believe it
different
takes...
dinos like different kibbles.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. So you got to do lots of different preparation just to give them what they want. See, if you didn't want the perfect tame, if you weren't hunting for that perfect tame, then it's just as easy just to throw any old meat or berries into a dino to make it tame. But this is just going that extra mile.
Yeah, this is the most difficult item to make that you can feed to your dino when you're taming it.
Okay.
There's several levels of items. You can feed them any berries whatsoever. For the herbivores, they'll eat any berries, but they prefer mejo berries. Those are the best berries that you can give them. But if you don't have mejo berries, they'll eat anything. The next preferred item is carrots and lemons and the stuff that you have to grow in a farm. Citron is what it's called.
Lemons. I haven't seen it. Oh, maybe I have seen seeds for that.
The citron seeds.
Yeah, I've probably seen seeds for that. I just didn't know they were lemons. I'm going to grow some lemons.
It's a citrus fruit of some kind. There's long grass, and then there's some kind of potato thing. All of those are like advanced vegetables or advanced crops. Those are better than berries.
Okay, so even for small tames, like you just throw in some of those advanced crops and they love it.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then for the carnivores, we've been feeding them prime meat. So
whenever possible, yeah.
Prime meat is on the same level as the vegetables.
Okay. So does jerky go better for carnos?
No.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they'll eat it at all, honestly.
Okay. It's not raw. They don't like cooked or anything. They are raw meat because they're carno.
Yeah.
Okay. What this is missing is a progress bar.
Yes, it is.
All the crafting, like the mortars and all that kind of stuff, crafting things, progress bars. This pot, you just kind of have to sit there and wait for it.
And I'm actually not sure if I've got the thing right, so I'm gonna go to Google and see if I got it right.
We'll be back when we've got some kibble, folks.
Okay.
Nothing was wrong at all. Everything was fine. These berries were just hiding.
They were just hiding. Yeah.
Yep.
So apparently we need to have mejo berries too. So
now we should see some progress.
We should see some. Should see something.
If only there was a progress bar. I really think they need a progress bar, or at least a recipe selection. Like, there's some already. There it is. Kibble done. That was very quick, really, wasn't it? And it's each water is a kibble. So it just takes the time to do a kibble, and it's 2 days for a kibble.
Okay.
So it spoils in 2 days. That's pretty good.
Bad.
That's pretty
not
good.
Bad.
Especially if you stack them high, because then you could have tons of the stuff, and it only spoils one every 2 days. According to my newfound knowledge, thank you very much. So that's how you make kibble. And there's 2 already. So we just need to keep putting these water skins in, keep putting the carrots and the magic berries in, keep checking the eggs and that, and make a bit of a stockpile of this, the egg kibble, so that we can go and feed it to the next dino that we find that's 116 and give it a good taming.
Now, something I would like to request while you're building up the farming plot, can you bring a water spout in here so that we don't have to run outside to...
I may have to mess around with it a little bit because I got stuck by the overhang leading to that area. Otherwise I would have done it easily. I'll have to do a little bit of oojamajiggeries with another section of the crossover pipes to try and bring it round the objecting object, or bring another water supply in from the other side of something. But it should be okay.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the building out slightly, one more space, so it'll come across in front of us here. This will be a doorway just here out into the farms, and then the cooking pot in this corner. So it'll be quick and easy just to go in and out of the door to the cooking pot.
But yeah, if we could get a water source right next to the cooking pot, that would really that'd save us some time.
Yep. Having a reservoir will be even better because it's got more slots of inventory for filling up the things as well.
I hadn't thought of that.
But you can drink from a tap. There's a big difference in it. You can't drink from the reservoir as far as I know. So, yeah. But anyway, that is about it for this episode, I think. We've got some kibble making to do, and then we will be back in the next episode to do some taming of some Brontos out in the wild somewhere, wherever we happen to find them.
Hopefully we can find some really good ones.
Hopefully. At least one good one for the next episode. Then we'll go and find some other ones off camera. Once we've done it once, we'll do it. That's good enough. I removed the ramp because I was going to bring the foundations out one more. But then I never got round to making the foundation block.
Oh no.
Anyway, thank you all very, very much for watching another episode on the Ironmine server. Me and Wolfie will be back very soon with some more. Hoo-ha!
Oops.
He
I was
pooped.
trying to...
He pooped.
Alright. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.